Hey guys, Kotax here. So today in this video, sorry about that, I would like to show you how to install TensorFlow CPU um, on your computer, and then in a future video I'll show you TensorFlow GPU. TensorFlow CPU is really easy to install. There's literally one command. So yeah, so first, just the first step is to pick up Anaconda. It's the package manager I use. So it's just like, I don't know, it's super like user friendly, I guess. I don't know. All of the virtual environment managers are good. Just Anaconda is like tailored towards data science, so that's why I like it. But yeah, so go ahead, click the link in the description or just type this in. Install the individual edition, and it's completely free. And once you install that, you're gonna want to. There's gonna be an option of wizard in the installation wizard. What do you want to? Whether you want to add the path. I recommend you do, because then you could run all these commands through CMD instead of using the Anaconda prompt they provide. But you don't have to. And if you want to later, you could always go to System Preferences, Environment Variables, and then your path. I still pro talking downloads, ignore that. And then you want to just put these two paths into your path, and you should be good. And you can use all the Anaconda, through CMD. So you'll click on that, and then you can see, no, not TensorFlow certificate program. You can see it's really easy. You could just, pip is going to come upgraded for your Anaconda when you freshly install it. But you could just do pip install TensorFlow, and that'll install the most stable release. If you want to install like the latest release, like beta or something, I'm pretty sure you could do like pip install pre TensorFlow. I'm not sure though. I recommend just get the stable version, and you can always upgrade later. So yeah, specifications are you want Python 3.5 to 3.8. We will be installing TensorFlow 2, but TensorFlow 1, in my experience, runs a little bit faster, in my opinion, on CPU, but that just might be my experience. So yeah, these are instructions on how to do it on Docker, but we're gonna do Anaconda. So yeah, once you have Anaconda installed, you're just gonna go ahead, go to CMD, and just type in Conda to test if you added it to path. If you didn't want to add it to path for whatever reason, you can just search up Anaconda prompt. And Anaconda prompt is literally the same thing. So it's just like you don't need to, you could use it without adding Anaconda to path, but you'll get like the same output. So I'm just going to use CMD. You know what? I'll use Anaconda because it's bigger. It's really the same thing. So really the first step is you want to create environments for, especially like environments to group like all your specific projects together. So we'll create a data science one. We'll just call it I don't know, data science or whatever. So anyways, before we get into the naming, here's the command to create an environment, conda create, and then -- name. This right here gave me a lot of trouble. Like a lot of people say -n, and that never works for me. But if this doesn't work, try -n. But -- name seems to work all the time for me. And then you write the name of your environment. We'll just write tensor, or we'll just call it first of all, the first step is you need to write something that you can remember, and we'll call it ml, and then we'll write tens for TensorFlow, and then you want to write Python, And then here what you can do is you can specify what Python you want by just writing like equals what Python, or it might be equals equals. I think it's equals. But we just want the latest version of Python, which is 3.8. So yeah, you could do that. And then it'll do like run its thing. So personally, just before I start fast forwarding things, personally, what I like to do is I have two environments, one with TensorFlow 1 and one with TensorFlow 2. Before I continue, just yes. And I use both because sometimes TensorFlow 1 runs a bit faster, but I recommend using the latest version, even though I'm saying it runs faster on CPU. And if you're running on GPU, obviously do a GPU install, but it won't matter really if you're going on GPU just because it's just so much faster. But yeah, I always recommend installing the latest version of TensorFlow because like things lose support, especially when you're using like their APIs and stuff. Alright, so we're done. Conda activate ML10s to activate your environment, and Conda deactivate to deactivate your environment. So really you could just write activate, you don't really need to write Conda activate because they have an activate.bat script. Then we'll write ML10s because that's the environment name, and then you'll see it'll go from base to ML10s. And then here what we're going to do is we want to pip install TensorFlow. If you wanted to install a specific version, you can do equals 1.15 or 1.4, wherever you want. We're just going to install the latest version, so you click enter. And then this will run and I'll start fast forwarding now. Alright, while TensorFlow is installing, I forgot to mention that when you're installing TensorFlow 2 or later, you're going to need some kind of C++ compiler, as it says right here in front of yourself. So you're going to want to install Visual Studio because that's really the easiest way to do it in my opinion. So you could just install Community completely free. I already have it installed, and then while you're installing, you're going to see, and I'll put this link in the description. You download it and then you follow all these steps, and you're going to hit this screen right here. You're going to want to click desktop development with C++ and install that as well, and that's going to allow you to do that's going to allow you to run TensorFlow. Alright, so I finished installing TensorFlow, as you can see in my Conda prompt. So you could test out the installation, but I'm going to first click Python, and I'm just going to look at some important packages that are really common when you're doing these machine learning projects. So the first one is pandas, and pandas helps you read CSV files, so we don't have pandas. And the other one is matplotlib. I just want to check if we have this. I think we have NumPy. Yep, we have NumPy. So we're gonna get pandas and matplotlib, and that. Sorry about that. And yeah, we'll finish up this video just like that. So you just want to do a pip install matplotlib, and that'll go by. It should be fairly quick. You can see a lot of the packages are already installed, and as I said, just like before the last cut, you're definitely gonna need like Visual Studio or some sort of C compiler, because again, TensorFlow is, I'm pretty sure, written in C, so that's the reason why you need it. But if you chose to install TensorFlow 1, you should not need a C++ compiler. That's just how it works, I guess. And in terms of just having the C++ compiler, it's good because other modules like face recognition, I might do a video on that later, like they use C++ like a C++ compiler, And the second one is pip install pandas. So I think pandas is quicker than matplotlib, but as I was saying, there are a lot of modules that modules, not modules that require like a C++ compiler. Just because a lot of these Python libraries slash modules are just written in C or need some kind of C interfacing, I guess you'd say. So let's finish that up, and then after this, probably for this series, we're gonna start off with sklearn's models and train them. So we have, you know, linear regression, logistic regression, k-nearest neighbors, support vector machine, whether that's a SVC or a regression for regression, and then we'll probably get into like the deep learning, because sklearn does have a lot of underrated models, and the reason they're really good is because they allow you to get like coefficients for equations. So I'll cover that in the next video, but you do pip install panda, and then you want to, that's it, and then you're done your installation. You could test it out, and thanks for watching this video. My battery's just running low, that's why I'm just going to end it before pandas installs, but thanks for watching. As always, please like, comment, subscribe, and share.